12 years after my wife walked out on us, I stumbled upon a letter she had written, tucked away in our son's old backpack. Its words tore open wounds I had long thought healed. My name is Paul. I'm a mechanic at a small-town garage, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone else's business. I met Emily when we were both 22, working summer jobs at a lakeside resort. She was waiting tables in the diner, her smile effortless and bright, and I spent my days fixing boats at the dock. Our first real conversation came when she brought me a sandwich during a break. We talked about our dreams. She wanted to be a writer. I hoped to own my own shop someday. Sparks flew. Soon, we were inseparable late-night swims, long drive along the shoreline, always together. We married young, in a simple town hall ceremony, and began building our life. For the first 8 years, it felt steady and full. Then came our son, Jack, who filled our days with joy. Mornings were a blur of cereal and fruit, her packing Jack's lunch while I prepped the car for school drop-offs. Evenings meant family dinners at the kitchen table, swapping stories from our day. Her tales from the library, mine from the garage. After Jack's bedtime, we'd collapse on the couch, her head resting on my shoulder as we watched old shows. We had our struggles, of course. Tight finances when work slowed, arguments about her needing more time to write. But we always made up, promising to support each other better. Emily was my everything, the woman who made me feel I could handle anything life threw our way. I trusted her completely, never imagining she'd leave. Looking back, the signs were there in the months leading up to her disappearance. At first, they were easy to dismiss, just the stress of motherhood and chasing her dreams. She'd stay up late at the laptop, and when I asked what she was working on, she'd shut it quickly, muttering it was just notes. Her phone buzzed more during dinner. A quick glance, a smile, and then it was set aside. Work stuff, she'd say if I looked concerned. I remember one night after Jack was asleep, trying to pull her close on the couch. She gently pulled away. Not tonight, Paul. I'm tired. Moments like this became more frequent. She seemed distant, lost in thought, bringing up old college friends out of blue, like an ex who'd moved away years ago. I wonder what he's up to, she'd say casually over coffee, then quickly change the subject. I worried she was unhappy, maybe regretting settling down so young, but I pushed it aside, convincing myself I was imagining things. Then there was a time she came home from a book club meeting, faintly smelling of cologne, her hair a little mussed. She laughed off a spilled coffee, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. Doubts grew, but I didn't confront her, afraid of shaking the life we had built. And then one morning, she was gone. I woke to an empty bed, the side where she slept cold. Jack, only 6 at the time, asked where Mommy was while I made breakfast. On the counter lay a short note. I need space. I'm sorry. No explanation. No goodbye. I called friends, family, anyone who might know, but no one offered answers. The police treated it as a voluntary disappearance. She was an adult. Jack and I were left to pick up the pieces. I threw myself into work and raising him, creating routines to hold us together. Years passed. Jack grew into a smart, kind teenager, always asking questions about his mom I couldn't answer. I dated occasionally, but nothing lasted. Emily's presence lingered. We moved forward as best we could, but the gap she left never fully closed. Then last week, the letter appeared. I was cleaning out the attic, sorting boxes for a yard sale, when I spotted Jack's old backpack, dusty and abandoned. As I unzipped it, a folded envelope slipped out, addressed to Jack in Emily's handwriting. My heart stopped. I sank to the floor, hands shaking, and opened it. The date matched the day she left. My dear Jack, it began. By the time you read this, I'll be far away. I love you more than anything, but I can't stay. Your dad is a good man, but our life here isn't what I need. I reconnected with someone from my past, and we're starting over together. Please forgive me. One day I'll come back for you. Mommy. The words blurred as tears fell onto the page. Reconnected. Starting over. Suddenly everything made sense. The late nights, the distance, the sudden disappearance. She had been planning to leave us for her ex, abandoning the family we had built. Shock gave way to rage. Jack was just a child. I crumpled the paper, pacing the attic, replaying every moment I doubted myself, blaming myself for what happened. That night, I sat Jack down in the living room, letter in hand. "Son, I found something," I said, my voice steady but heavy with emotion. He read it silently, his face pale. "She left for another guy," he whispered. We talked for hours. He cried on my shoulder like he hadn't in years. "Why didn't you just tell us?" he asked. I had no answers, only shared pain. Since then, we've leaned on each other more, even talking about therapy to help process everything. I feel heartbreak, yes, but also a quiet determination. No thoughts of revenge, just a promise to be the parent she wasn't. I've heard through old contacts that Emily is out west, remarried, but hasn't reached out. Part of me mourns what she lost. The letter didn't bring closure. It reopened the wound. But it also reminded me of the resilience Jack and I have built together. Sometimes, the truths we discover late in life are the ones that finally set us free, teaching us that family isn't only blood, but the bonds we choose to hold on to.